monuments, right? And they found that's what was generating the energy, helping conduct the energy. So now I saw a video where the Ark of the Covenant is the exact dimensions to fit in that sarcophagus in the Great Pyramid, and the speculation is that the Great Pyramid was a generator of energy, same way as those temples, right? So I'm thinking about it. All right, the Most High telling them in the scripts, hey, take the wood, build it into this box, lace it with gold, right? Gold plated. Now we know through facts that most of these statues from Egypt was wood. There's wood called gold plated. Gold plated. A lot of that stuff not solid gold. So I'm like, okay, the Egyptians was gold plating that. I'm already claiming that the whole Bible come out of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? So now that's even more fact that you designing something on the Egyptian fashion at that time. You know what I'm saying? So I believe that the Ark did sit, and there's even hieroglyphics with them carrying this box around. Yeah. But now I know what was in the box.
But that was
it had to be the crystals.
No, but like, not to cut you off, but like my brother iterated a while back. He was like, it all started with signs, like with signals, and like it wasn't, it didn't start with an actual sentence, so to speak. Like ABCs. Yeah, before the language, it was a such thing as the signs, so the more you research, they do go back to that. Like you said, of the wood, images and things of that nature, and also like the images that they had on what you would say the coffin text and stuff like that. That was before actual.
So what is really the significance of the Ark of the Covenant? What's the significance of it?
All right. See, they tell us that it's holding the 10 Commandments, right? So you got to think. All right, that's some more Hebrew mumbo jumbo, because from the stuff I've been checking out right now, it had to be crystals, and I'm presuming it had to be the red mercury crystals, because that and the gold is what helps conduct the energy. The pyramid had a gold peak on it. Now jump into the spirit science video, to who to say that all the temples was resurrected because to protect us from the mind slip again from the pole switching. They were supposed to create a grid around the planet. They called it the Christ consciousness grid, to keep us in the Christ consciousness. So that's the info.
Yeah, because I read it on that Ark of the Covenant, when he opened it up and it destroyed the people or something on one of the little things when they bought it, and it had some type of energy or something.
See that? That's the myth.
That's the myth.
That's the myth.
Right.
Yeah, because even in Ethiopia, they tell you, only the priests could come in, and anybody else, they're gonna die and this and that. That's just to keep you away from it, man. You think about it, man. A gold chest.
But 10 Commandments, that's what's sacred. That's what's in there.
Man, it's a gold chest. That's valuable to itself with pretty designs on it. But I'm assuming. They say it had a mercy seat on it. So when they say a seat, I'm thinking it could be set on. And they say for the cherubim wings to overshadow the mercy seat. So they design it, they show you images of it with two little angels on it.
Yeah, with wings on it. Right.
But I'm picturing something that had more like something like this, to where you set on it and you set under that. Right. And you set in the energy, and you set in the energy field when it's in the pyramid, it's in the box, because God also said that mercy seat is where I will meet you there. It's where you can meet me. So to sit in the energy, in the magnetic energy field, you don't know what that would do to you. We know people wear magnets when they have arthritis. They wear magnetic stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we know magnetic energy benefit you. So I could see, they had the rods of Horus. One was copper, one was metal, and they had different crystals and stuff in the inside, different minerals or whatever in the inside of them. So what the rods of Horus was meant for. So I think, and you look at the Tesla lamp, you touch it, and the electric waves come to your fingertips and all that.
Yeah.
Man, electromagnetic energy won't harm you.
So like conductors of energy, basically, right?
So I think the mercy seat, you put it in the pyramid, you sit in that seat, and it transforms you. Admiral Byrd, you know, you heard of Admiral Byrd? He was the guy with the flat earth thing. He the one found that.
Started the
He pretty much found that. Well, not really. He's in it. We put him in it.
Yeah.
But his thing was he found Antarctica, and he explored Antarctica and the center of
So what you feel about that? What you feel about that theory? The flat earth theory?
Get her started.
You feel like
I believe it's flat. I believe it's flat. We're on a plane. A planet. Planet means smaller portion of a larger planet. So it's a plane. It's not a planet. We just on a planet. We're on a portion of it. Like this table. That's the plane, and this us. We're on the planet. Our continents. There's another planet. You know what I'm saying? And they know about it. They call it Antarctica. But what's that? Why the nations vow to never go there? They got a treaty. All the nation flags there. They don't want us there. Nobody could explore there. You can only go to the outer islands where the penguins and stuff at. But you can't go into Antarctica, bro, because they know what's hidden. They know what's there.
What's there?
I'm one of my theories. Past the ice, it's another planet. It's more land with another sun, moon, and people. Or it's dead. It's dead.
Yeah, because when they show you the planet that is round, Antarctica is at the bottom. So how could it?
Yeah, how that's possible?
Right.
How can gravity hold you up when they pull you down? How can gravity contain water?
Well, like I said, for me, I don't really get into the flat earth theory. You know, like that's something my people chop it up about a lot. But I never really, dug that far, into that theory.
Yeah, man, you gotta think. You only see a ball because your perception cut off, your vision cut off at a certain mark, or your perception. Well, a car going down the road, standing next to this semi truck is like this. But the further they get down the road, you can put it in your fingers. And then you can just block it. You can put your thumb up and it won't see it at all. And that truck gonna look like it's getting smaller and smaller as it goes. So in your mind, it's going over a horizon. But the only thing is, it's just moving out of your,
out of your sight.
Yeah, just like I always say that. My whole theory on it, like you say, is that that because I know water has a personality and it has to be flat. Like this water in this round surface. How could this be round and water be at the bottom and still? But I mean, I'm into that science fiction. And I'll be watching the King Kong movie when they go to places that ain't on the map, Skull Island, like you're talking about this Antarctica, this Godzilla, like just uncharted areas on this planet.
Godzilla went out in the middle of the earth, huh?
Right.
Godzilla and King Kong.
Right. So they, it's something subliminal about that to me. You know what I'm saying? Some
Admiral Byrd, he was working for the government. He was sworn to secrecy. But when he died, his son found his diary, his journals, and put it out, man. And he telling a fantastic story. He found a hole going into the center of the earth, gigantic, where a plane could fit. A couple of planes could fly straight in.
Well, they speak about it, the Bermuda Triangle and so forth, right?
Well, this was in the North Pole.
Right.
And he said there's one in the South Pole.
But the Bermuda Triangle would be like one of these. No, I'm just saying, the Bermuda Triangle. They say that's where planes and disappear.
That's one of the wicked ones. I'm gonna blame NASA for the Bermuda Triangle, bro. Because if you go exploring in that water, bro, you're gonna find a bunch of rockets. That's where when they rockets take off. And through the curve, that's where they fall at. That's in the Bermuda Triangle. That'll explain the electromagnetic disturbances, and that'll definitely explain the rumors to keep you out the area. You know what I'm saying? Planes disappearing. They shoot you down all the time. They'll sink your ship, shoot you out the air, fly to Antarctica. They got people with videos that did it. Man, they gonna meet you in the air. Pilot, turn around, shoot you down.
Right.
So I can believe the Bermuda Triangle will be the same thing.
But to go back
in the area.
Yeah, but to go back a little bit, when you mentioned Antarctica, either like the North Pole or the South Pole, One of them were mentioned in one of Malachi tablets I was reading, where it mentions like it being an interest to the under.
He's soft as cotton, but it sounds good to a nigga that you scare somebody that don't know him. By the shit that, you know what I'm saying? So that's what happened. So he pulling off, you know, man.
So what's happening with you?
Cool, bro. I need me some cooking. I just came by to stop to
What
see
you
that.
need some what?
Cooking oil.
Cooking up.
I'm about to go fry my fucking chicken.
What?
I'm about to make my little plate. I stepped around here. I said, "I'm gonna give me some." Man, okay, we stop over there. Boom, man. That shit turned to a whole disaster.
Why you ain't go to the store and get some cooking up?
No, because we was already in motion. Like you said, go to show you how easy shit is to happen. Might not be meaning no harm, but if you with one bit of ignorance, it can cause a whole fucking year of trouble in 5 seconds. I'm serious, bro. You could be around and you be like, man, what the fucking... But some shit you can't bring back when you do it like that. I don't know.
So,
Yeah, that's what's up.
so to be correct about it.
And look, and correct me if I'm wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Correct me, bro.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. I love to be corrected.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like just like Israel was talking about, like you say, you know, without all the spookism and all that, you know what I'm saying? Like you portal down here through your mama,
Right,
you know what
to
I'm
be
saying?
correct. Yeah, to be
Let's be
absolutely
correct.
Yeah. And
And you know,
agree
people
with-
talk about immaculate conceptions and all that
so,
stuff. But like, you know, I'm just saying, just like in Genesis in the Bible, Genesis 6, they talk about the sons of God went into the daughters of men.
It.
Right.
See what I'm
I
saying?
mean, they hit, huh?
Right, I mean, they
Right.
did, but they
Okay.
also,
Now, check this out.
created something though.
Do you
that
believe
was
that?
profound.
Do you guys believe that the Anunnaki were those sons of God that went into the daughters of man? You believe that story to be about the Anunnaki?
Well, from my understanding, that was with the energy of a group that were you know what I'm saying, that were, because the way that the epic explains it, it was Murdoch, you know, who chose a mortal woman as to be his wife. See what I'm saying? And they all came to his ceremony or whatever, and they saw him partake of a mortal woman, so they wanted to take before the mortal woman. So he had permission from Anu. He went and they told him like Murdoch gonna take away. He said he
All right.
right. So they went and did it.
So you agree,
That was
basically, that the
Right,
sons
they
of
were-
God in the Bible
But it spoke
wasn't
of
angels, that was the Anunnaki.
they had to be beings, just like you said.
I'm saying that.
When you
that's-
first
that's-
came
that's
in,
what
you
I'm
said
getting at.
Ninty said what? They remind us.
Say, man, come on, man.
But for
So
me though, they're one and the same. For me, like if I view an angel in the Bible when they speaking of the higher beings that came to the earth.
I don't even like to use the word angel.
But I mean, I
say-
use it on the biblical tense because people who study the Bible, they deal
you
with
get
the
you
term
get an angel title.
But when they see, when
I
you
think that's the equivalent of it because it's speaking of those same.
But when you say the word
beings.
angel, you thinking of something that don't really exist in a physical form.
No, that can't be true because they spoke of
But when
these
you-
angels. Time out. It spoke of these angels going into the daughters of men. The way he opened up.
They
the
don't
segment.
speak of
They say
angels.
angels,
They say sons of God.
Sons of God, which would be the equivalent of the
So
angels.
No, that's not equivalent to that.
All right, so what
That's
was
what I'm
God?
trying. Huh?
All right, so where was God?
The sons of God.
I'm saying, where was
would-
God?
To me, would be equivalent to angels.
Is what?
According
I'm asking the
to the
question.
Bible, the sons of God is equivalent to the angels,
Right.
Or the angels will be equivalent to them.
to the sons of God.
Right.
So the reason, but I equate the sons of God in the scriptures, in that part of the scripture, to the Anunnaki, because, like we said about Nitty,
Yeah.
that she said we had the same origin as the humans on the earth. So in order for you to mate with a human, you gotta be a human. So
Right.
that's why I say they not angels, because what they taught of an angel is a being that was created in the heavens to do works below them.
So why would, so not to cut you off,
the
but why would
Anunnaki
you
was
think-
humans that returned.
But why
in
would you
flesh.
think though that those angels wouldn't be that though.
No, what I'm saying is
The angel don't have a reproductive
right.
system.
That's what I'm saying. An angel.
Well,
I mean, like I said, an angel is to me like
if viewing it in that perspective of those angels being pure light. If you're not viewing it to where they could come and take physical form, how you mentioned in the Aranja, to where those angels could actually come to the earth, to the surface,
Yeah, they don't.
and be in physical form.
Yeah, that's
the only way they could have mixed in with the human.
Well,
being in a physical form.
well, they're not angels then.
No, they can materialize.
They're material.
It's shift shaping.
Well, I'm using the term.
They look like a human.
But I'm saying the term angel or Anunnaki is only a term because they're speaking of a being that comes from.
Well, let's be correct. No, let's be correct.
It comes from.
Let's be correct. If we gonna use the word angel and associate with they associate with, or we gonna use?
No, we can use
because when you use angel, the people that associate with angel, you look up a different right. You look up this white, pretty looking thing with wings and right.
But
so was that? Did the Anunnaki come on a mission as messengers from God?
No.
So they can't be equated with
as angels.
Well, like I said, as far as the Anunnaki, their mission to this planet was a lot of different things. They had a lot of different variables that tied into why they came to this planet. Now, as far as the epic, you know, Inky made the journey initially to come to this earth to mine for gold and so forth. And then it got to the point to where he interfered with the evolution of man and created what you would call a slave. That's why they mentioned there was other humans and this and that so forth before the Anunnaki came to the planet, but you also had beings that they upgraded, so to speak, to create slaves.
They upgraded.
There you go. Yeah, but no, listen. But that's what I said. The Bible used the word slave, but what you would call Lulu and Milu. They used the term for that, but that never was the initiative term.
Well, the term, to be correct, was primitive worker, you know, to be correct. So he right. He absolutely right to be correct. The term wasn't a slave. They created what you would call a primitive worker. You know, they created a worker to help them in their process to get the goal in that point of time.
And I would suspect that they made it. You know, like I don't.
What you mean they made it with the?
I think. I mean, to me, they made it to make those hybrids, to make that.
They had to. How else they was gonna do it? With no magic, you know?
So that's magic. So that's the sons of God. Now the term sons of God don't 100% equate to angels.
Right.
Son of God was a term referred to any being that came from the heavens, because only the gods could come down from the heavens. And if you wasn't the God, then you was a son of God. You know
but they still had, seemed like they still had the capabilities to come from above.
The fact that they told you, man, I come from that constellation right there. So, you like, oh, you're a son of God.
Yeah, they taught them about those constellations. Once they made it with them and so forth, they taught them about those constellations where they came from. But wait, but to go back to it, remember we read though. What that was in one of those, what book that was, Mike, when they talked about, like that come about what the curse, or what people call a curse. When you said that, you know, God told them, why you went down there and made it with those women.
Yeah, they defiled themselves.
Why you defiled, right, yeah.
That's written in the Bible to where they defiled themselves by mixing in with the humans. That was a statement made by the Most High in the book, as far as the way they referenced it. But to get back to the Anunnaki, though, as far as the comparison between Anunnaki and angel, if you speak of an Anunnaki, is what you would call the children of Anu, which is the heavenly God. So that's why when I speak of the angels in comparison to them, it's
I just don't like using the word angel.
That's all. But that's
it's the same comparison.
But you explain it. But that's you giving light to the title, sons of God.
Right.
Sons of Anu.
Absolutely, but that's due to that.
That's still only created.
But like my brother's saying, like he don't like the angel term because that's not what it means.
Christ not an angel, right? Like nobody refers to Christ as being an angel, and he's the Son of God. So again, you won't find an angel equating to the sons of God.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like,
I got some drama.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even with the Christ story, like
I got some drama for y'all.
Like you said, wait, before you get into that, you say Christ being a son of God, right?
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying? one of the sons, or how you put it with the little G or the big G. But what I'm saying, we speaking of like in Genesis 6:6 when it says the sons of God went into the daughters of men. So how
brothers?
Yeah, but so why Christ? The story of Christ is him not born the same way that they were born.
Well, that's the Hebrews, man. See, we can't. Say, bro, I tell people, man, look. I only hold the Hebrew Bible is because everybody else hold on to it.
There's a lot of magic in it, right?
Far as I'm it got prophecy. It got prophecy.
Yeah, just like angels exist.
It got prophecy.
Like I say, angels don't exist. Anunnaki exists, and that term angel came from the Anunnaki.
The term angel came from these Europeans and these Hebrews and these Jews.
Right, cool.
That didn't come from the people, you know.
So this my discrepancy with the Bible, right? If us three, we say, look, let's write a book, and we're gonna tell people, we're gonna prophesy to people, we're gonna tell the people on January 1st, 2022, my house gonna fall down. Oh man, what? Boom, we rigged the house. They come and fall. Okay, on January 1st, 2023, Mike house gonna fall down. We rigged the house, boom, it happened. Same thing in January 1st, 24, we said Jew house, boom, we rig it up, the house fall down. Boom. Now you put a book out with all that in it. See, it's very well, the Bible prophecies could have already been predicted, pre-scheduled. You feel me? When you're dealing with man. So from Moses started the Hebrew, the Israelites, all that movement and everything started from Moses. The people who Moses educated and trained in a way. And I know that way to be the Egyptian way, because Moses was raised from a baby to heal with the Pharaoh. So
just like you speak of the whole Psalms being Akhenaten and so forth.
Man, the Psalms, Akhenaten, Book of Wisdom. Proverbs, that's a minimoba. Man, that Psalms, that's Akhenaten say, yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, thou with me, thou rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Yea, do I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, thy rod and thy staff comfort me. Man, they show us King Tut all the time.
That's it, I am, right.
With a rod and a staff. So, if all this stuff the Hebrews teaching me is Egyptian, I might as well go study with the Egyptians.
Well, why did
you from?
Yeah, go to the source.
Now that I know, then you didn't tell me that was Akhenaten. Them people got Akhenaten's Book of Wisdom in the museum right now. You go read it yourself, look it up. It's verbatim Book of Psalms. So why would you tell me David wrote that? Why you lying to me? I don't want to deal with you. You lying. I only deal with you because the world deal with you. So I'm going to use your text because that's how the Most High works. The Most High say you're going to trick them. Well, I'm going to put in your mind to put something in the trick. So I know that. So I don't need the trick no more because there's so much other information where we don't need the trick. So we're only using...
Right, so let's be correct. How can we take... I mean, because like, if it wasn't for this, we wouldn't be able to be here to elaborate about it. So how can we get this correct? How can we get on the right page?
Well, to be correct.
So
if it wasn't for Christianity, we wouldn't be here. From them imposing that on the world.
Right.
People, us fighting that.
Yeah,
that's Christianity.
Then they speak on that, Dr. Malachi spoke on that on the, with Yaqub. I know you remember Yaqub, right?
Yes, right.
When you talking about the inner world or so forth, you know what I'm saying? Beings inside, like you talk about, they were inside the world and they came on the surface, you know, but you know, you're speaking of that when you're talking about more of a prototype that was put there, like they say the Patmos, he created the Greeks to be able to bring back this. I mean, if it wasn't for him creating these beings for us to have a pathway to find out, you know what I'm saying? We wouldn't even have no doorway to this.
I can believe that.
Right.
You had all kind of men. Cro-Magnon, Neanderthal, you had all kind of men roaming the earth, and we rose above it. You know, we probably killed them all, or they retreated to the center of the earth.
I need some cooking oil. Back to, okay, we're going to stand right there, boom, boom, let me out of my head like that. Bam. We got a whole rack present. My menu off the board, you know, shrimp to throw out shit. You know, and
So you got shrimp
my
in
schedule
there?
fucked up. No,
You don't do no pork chops no more?
I do pork chops too. I go
You
to
used to do the fire.
Dollar Tree and get them the pork chops for
You used to put poo-poo. Y'all know what you put on the video?
what? Seasonal accent. You know all that little shit.
You make it.
Yeah. Kendall said I got me some grits and a sandwich on your mouth. But anyway.